All right, now to an update on a NewsNation exclusive that we first brought you back in November. It's the story of that little girl from Honduras who made her way across the southern border all by herself. It made headlines and broke hearts across America.
Venezuela, mamá. Venezuela. Sí.
The 4-year-old was left alone at the border carrying only a piece of paper with her mother's information on it. We later learned her mom was already here in the U.S., and tonight we're learning how the little girl's harrowing story ends exclusively from her mother. The update comes less than a week before President-elect Trump is set to take office, and with mass deportations high on his agenda, raises the question about whether that mother should have put her little girl through this dangerous journey to America all by herself. NewsNation's Jorge Ventura has been following this story since the very beginning. He's live for us now with exclusive details. What have you learned, Jorge?
Elizabeth, this is really an extraordinary story. I mean, there's tens of thousands of these unaccompanied migrant children that reach the U.S. border, and each one with their own stories. And many of these migrant children are often abused or they're exploited by cartels and smugglers even before they reach the U.S. border. Now, we were able to follow the story of a 4-year-old girl from Honduras, and as you mentioned, she came here all alone just with a note with her mom's name on it and a phone number. We were able to make contact with the mom, and to our surprise, her mom was already living in South Carolina, and the mother tells me that she paid smugglers in Honduras to bring her daughter through Guatemala and through Mexico to finally reach the U.S. border. Now, the little girl was first encountered back in the end of November. After that, she did go under federal custody. Officials with the Office of Refugee Resettlement then had to verify the mother's identity. That took a little bit over a month, and finally, when we learned about her release, we then flown here to Savannah, Georgia, where they first reunited. The mother then tells us that once that verification process was complete, she had to pay for the flights. Her daughter was being held in a migrant shelter for children in South Texas. She paid for the flights, and they finally met here in Savannah, Georgia. She says that when she first met her daughter in the airport, that her daughter's body was almost entirely covered in lice. And listen to what the mother says that her daughter tells her when they first seen each other after a couple years.
When she hugged me, she said, "Today, yes, Mommy," as if saying, "Today, I'm finally with you." And the first thing she told me was, "Mommy, don't leave me alone again. Don't leave me alone again."
And for that little girl from Honduras, she's considered one of the lucky ones. We're talking about thousands of children who don't even make it to the U.S. border, some of them kidnapped by smugglers and cartels, according to my security contacts. But now is another challenge. Now, in our when we were there together with the mother and the daughter, they were overjoyed to finally be together. They were nothing but smiles. But the mother tells me now she feels that they could possibly be deported under the oncoming Trump administration back to Honduras. Listen to what the mother says about the possibility of going back to Honduras.
Everything we've been through would have been for nothing. All the risk my daughter took, it was a big risk since she was traveling alone, would have been for nothing. It would be devastating if Donald Trump were to deport me or deport both of us together.
Now, the little girl is still dealing with trauma, according to the mother. She says when she started living with her again here, not too far from us in South Carolina, that the girl was crying every single night. It took about 2 weeks to finally see her smile again. Now, I did ask the mom if she is deported, will her daughter possibly coming with her. She says yes, that they want to stay together, but they fear that now, after taking such a major risk, risking her daughter's life, going through Mexico and dealing with cartels and smugglers, that all could really be for nothing and could be sent back together under the oncoming Trump administration. We'll continue to follow the story, Elizabeth, as we continue to learn more about that daughter's journey. Right now, she's still dealing with trauma, so she couldn't really speak too much about her experiences. But once again, it's the story of tens of thousands of unaccompanied children that take that risk coming to the U.S. border.
Wow. Jorge, very quick, did she say why they fled Honduras?
So according to the mother, she said it was because of gang violence and just the criminal control under Honduras. Now, what is also interesting, Elizabeth, is 3 years ago, the two actually crossed illegally into Texas and were immediately deported to Honduras. So this would possibly be their second time going back to the country if the incoming Trump administration does deport the mother and the daughter. Elizabeth.
All right, we will see. Jorge Ventura reporting live on this story with exclusive details. Thank you so much, Jorge. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.